so much if it's a lesson that somebody needs to learn or somebody else needs to learn. So what I'm saying is, your mother or your father or your sister or brother getting cancer or your dog getting cancer, it may not be about you. You get what I'm saying? Like God punishing you or God punishing them, the person or the animal with the illness. You know, it may be a lesson of compassion that needs to be learned for somebody in the circle. You get what I'm saying? So what we talked about earlier, good Miss Johnson that ain't never done nothing to nobody while she got cancer. God may be using her as a vessel, a teaching tool for her brother, her sister, her kids. You know, it ain't even got to be her family. It could be the nurses that's taking care of her. You get what I'm saying? Like God moved. He moved mysteriously, you know. It ain't for us to always understand. But just know when, if you're sick or somebody's sick that you know, it may not be about you. It could be, but it may not. It could be a lesson for somebody in your circle. God watching them to see how they gonna react. You get what I'm saying? The focus ain't even you, but you the one sick. You understand what I'm saying? He using you to teach somebody else something. You get what I'm saying? And those of us that know him won't mind that. Because he's not going to let you suffer neither. So, you know, we got to struggle. We got to suffer a little bit. And, you know, because we have to learn. And that's how you learn. Those are his rules. You know, you just don't learn anything without the struggle. You get what I'm saying? It's kind of like, and I'm not saying that rich people are dumb or nothing, but people, you know, millionaires and people that were born, you know, with all the money in the world, you know, I don't know if they have compassion. Like those people that just live off the water. You get what I'm saying? Do they have the same heart and compassion? You get what I'm saying? Because it's kind of like you have to live it to really know it and understand it. You know, you have to absorb it. You know, a millionaire can't understand what it's like to be poor. Really not. You know, they can see it. They may know somebody that, you know what I'm saying, but they can never really understand it because they've never been poor. So, again, don't always think people that's getting sick around you, you know, it's about you. God punishing you because your mom got cancer or your dad, you know, had a heart attack or stroke. You know, don't always think that. You know, if God chose to use your dad or your mom or your dog or your cat, you know, as a way of teaching somebody something, you know, then that's his choice. You know, and people that know God are proud to be picked for it. I know it sounds weird. Who's happy to have cancer? I know how that sounds, but you know, people that really mess with God and really know him, they don't be scared of that because either way, you're good. Like I said with the COVID shot, you know, using a religion to not take it was backwards. You use the religion to take it. That should be, listen, I mess with God. Like that is my personal, you know, you know, I mess with him for real. And either way, you know, I'm good. If I die, I'm good. Because what? I mess with God. If the COVID shot kill me, I mess with God. You win-win. It's a win-win. They should have never been using religion to not take it. Religion should have been used to prove, listen, you really mess with God, get in that line. Because it's you know what I'm saying? You win-win. If God ready for you to go, you go home with him, right? You mess with him, right? So you ain't scared of dying. Because you know where you're going. And if the shot don't kill you, then he ain't ready for you to go. You got some other stuff you need to be doing, honey. So I did a video about that. Actually, I thought that was really backwards how they used religion to not take it. Religion should have been used to take it. You know. Listen, if you serious about God, you ain't worried about that shot. Get in that line. Because he got you either way. If they give you the shot and you drop dead, he got you. He gonna pick you right up. You understand what I'm saying? Either you mess with him or you don't. You can't say you mess with him, but you scared to take a shot. You know, again, that's humans. If the shot is bad and the humans done something to it with they, again, free will, doing evil stuff, God got you. He got you. You die by another hand, no fault of yours, he got you. I'm going to close this video out. I want to say a prayer for, you know, the trans woman I was speaking on. I won't say no names. And a little something about another one I watch on here that left her kids. And it's really just sad. And I know God personally, so I know that he's coming for her and all everybody that support that. So, you know, if you're overwhelmed, because I had a lot of kids at a young age. And trust me, I went through some stuff too, but I never deserted them. You know, we was, you know, if the lights was off, we was in there together with the candles. You know, I never deserted them. And trust me, it was hard. You know. But to desert your kids and just to be disgusting. You know what I'm saying? Not to go make money to send back to them or, you know, make money to plan a better future. You know, just disgusting. To continue to be disgusting. And I wanted to say, you know, we were abandoned as small children. My mom went out the front, dad went out the back. And I think I spoke on this before too. This is why I'm speaking on this lady on here that left her 5 kids. One of them passed away. A lot of y'all might know who I'm talking about. I ain't gonna say no names. Out of respect to family and friends and stuff, you know. And I don't want my channel to get, you know. But and I heard her say, her kids are fine. They're with family. You know, they're not with strangers being molested. I heard her say that. And that's the reason why I'm going to speak on it. And the only reason, because, you know, I was a foster kid. Now, I knew my real mother and father. But I think I might have been 4 or 5 when my mom, you know, they decided they wasn't going to be together no more. And it was 6 of us. You know, I have 4 sisters and 1 brother. He's passed now. And I have 1 sister that passed. So it's me and 3 sisters left. Now, the reason, you know, and I go on that channel sometime because I actually be looking to see if, you know, she done came to her senses. I don't want her to go home to her kids like that. You know, I would rather she get help. She needs help. But if you watch some of the old video, she never was really, you know, parenting material. And like, you know, some people comment, you know, after the 2nd kid, you kind of get it. Stuff starts, you know, unless you just ain't trying to learn it. You know, with my first kid, I couldn't cook. And my older sister and my aunties used to say, you will get it. It'll just happen. And it does, you know. You learn, okay, don't do this. That's going to burn. Okay, that ain't how you do that. You know, if you ain't got nobody teaching you. But I will say this in her defense. She didn't have nobody to show her. You know, my grandmother, when I started having my kids, I was young. I was 15. And so my grandmother came and helped me with some stuff. She showed me how to do a lot of stuff. My mother's mother. Now, she don't look like she had nobody to show her. So when people came online, people started looking at her lives and seeing things wrong, you know what I'm saying, or what they perceived as wrong, and saying this to her, she don't understand it. You know, because nobody in her life has ever told her this. You know. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I did something wrong when I first started with my kids, you know, I had a big sister or aunt or something to say, girl, that ain't how you do that. You don't cook that like that. Oh, girl, you got to put, you know, some 2 pair of socks on him. You get what I'm saying? Like, I had somebody there to call me on the phone or come over and see it and say, no, that's wrong. She didn't have that. It looked like she just had her kids and they just left her alone. You know what I'm saying? It don't really look like nobody tried to help her. Like, she didn't have nobody showing her, that ain't how you do this. You do this like this. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just looked like they just left her be, you know, with her kids. So when people start coming saying this is wrong and that's wrong, she really truly in her heart don't see anything wrong with her parenting skills. Because nobody ever challenged her with it. You get what I'm saying? So, you know, if nobody ever told her it was wrong after 5 kids, who the hell is we to tell her you ain't cooking that right? You ain't combing the hair right. You know, because if they did used to do Crisco, and I think I remember my grandmother them with something like that with my older sisters. But I don't think it was Crisco. I think it was lard. And you would melt it down. You know, I think. I'm not sure. But I think I remember hearing something about it. But even with that, you know what I'm saying? Like because we were born in a different time and she was too. My sister would have seen that and said something. But nobody was there to say that. Now, people online was saying something was wrong with it. Because they don't know how far back cooking grease, you know, slaves probably used cooking grease for hair. You know, lard and stuff. Melted it down because, you know, we didn't have a lot to work with. You get what I'm saying? So that's probably where it comes from. You know. But in this day and age, if my sister had walked in my house and seen me putting lard in my kids' hair, my sister or my aunt would have said something. Yes. But nobody said anything to her about these things. And I think a lot of things she do for shock effect. That being said, because you go to the dollar store and get some hair grease for $1. So, you know, Crisco is way more than some dollar store hair grease. I would rather have a dollar store hair grease. You know, I'm not putting my Crisco in nobody's hair. It's too expensive. You know how much Crisco costs? Anyway. So, I think because nobody was there to tell her, you know, she not understanding strangers trying to tell her. You know, she's saying, my mom ain't never say this, you know, my brother or sister ain't never say, you know what I'm saying? Who is these strangers telling me I'm doing this wrong? Nobody never told her the stuff was wrong. But fast forward to, listen, that foster stuff ain't no joke. You know, God bless my mom's family. You know, they tried. She had a lot of sisters. So my aunties, they tried, you know, we obviously were separated, you know, because they had their own kids and their husbands. And they couldn't just take all of us. So, you know, 2 of us went here, 2 there. And, yeah. It was hard with this auntie for this year, this other auntie for this year. I had to get used to different houses, and then, you know, I went to the foster facilities where it's buildings, you know, and you got the rooms with the bunk beds. fighting in there, you know. And then to people's personal homes, you know, where, you know, the biological kids were fighting me, pulling out my hair, stealing my clothes that my aunts would bring to the foster homes for me and stuff. And yeah, there was some you know, there was some sexual stuff too. Um, Not real bad, but it went on. And I'm gonna say family members. So um it may have been some in foster care. I can't remember back that far, but I can remember a family member with some weird activities. Actually, a few of them. They were male though, male, not female, and immediate family members. You know, so not my brother or nothing. Because he was in foster care somewhere too. So that just to say, you know what I'm saying, like, yeah, um, it was a horrible experience. So we all had to get on, anxiety, depression stuff. We all were a mess. I have God in my life. I used to take medications and stuff. I got off that stuff years ago. Just got off of it. My sisters and stuff probably still take stuff. But yeah, so we just weren't happy kids. We were always fighting. Um, you know, just fought all the time. And I remember coming home with blood, and I remember my aunts going, you know, who, that ain't her blood, it's somebody else's because it wouldn't be mine. I had a white t-shirt on. It was some kid I had beat up. So that was a regular thing, you know. And that's something that my aunts could tell you right now to this day. Like, I can't stay coming home with blood on me. Somebody's blood from punching their nose, their face. I was just angry. And I was very angry adult too. You get what I'm saying? And I'm older now, you know what I'm saying? And with the help of God, oh, whew, but it, there, and to see her, it already was a kick to, you can't, nobody can explain, your mom and dad leaving you. No social workers, friends, foster parents, can't nobody ever make your brain understand that. Let's get that straight first. Ever. Um, you can deal with it. You get what I'm saying? Manage it. But nobody can ever, because your brain don't process that. Damn mom and dad, usually try to have one, but no, both. And it's just something to deal with. You get what I'm saying? And that abandonment, like when my kids got grown, I didn't want them to leave. I had neighbors and other relatives was kicking their kids out the door at 18. Get out of here. I didn't want my kids to leave. I have abandonment issues, to this day, And, our family members, I won't say my sisters, they're hoarders. We keep things that we're not supposed to. Like, my house is pretty neat. It's very kind of empty. I don't have a lot of stuff. My son gave it to me. He's into the housing business. He gave me a free house. So it's a fixer-upper. So, if you see paint, peeling, and stuff like that, we're still in the process. I only been here a couple of years. We had to get the main things going, pretty much was just a shell. So plumbing and stuff. But, I'm working on it. Back to the story. But yeah, it's a lot to deal with. So the fact that you feel already humiliated, because you go into school and you see other kids, mother and father picking them up, or the mother or the father or both, and yours ain't coming. There's always that. It's so many things that play into that she just don't understand, you know. And I had said this in another video before, just because, you know, you know what I'm saying? Like, your mom didn't do good with you, don't mean that you should do that to your kids. You know, because you don't get a pass because you were mistreated. God don't give you a pass to mistreat somebody else. So if you know your neighbor is a raper, you know, is a rapist, the R word, and you know, you go over there and rape him, you know what I'm saying? I mean, you know, you don't get a pass for that. You get what I'm saying? You know, it's all about you and what you do. Don't worry about the next person. You know, God is watching you and your activities. That's what, you know, that's what's important. You gonna be held accountable for yours. So you don't need to punish the R person next door that did that. You know what I'm saying? And because I think that lady that's online that left them kids, I think that her, you know, because she always would say her grandma raised her, so apparently her mom went in her life like she should have been. I think that's why she like she is. You know? So it's kind of like the backwards version of passing the blessings. You know, you passing the hexes or the, you know, the punishment. You're passing that. You know how they say pass blessings? She's passing the punishment. So, not only did you leave them, you know what I'm saying, but now you online doing disgusting things that they got to see. That people got to see. You know, you make them victims. You know what I'm saying? All over again. Like, they're constantly being victimized every time she uploads a video. Drinking, smoking, you know, having sex, you know, just all this weird, disgusting stuff. And people are supporting this. And the people that send her money, whatever twisted reason that you're saying you're sending her money, it's just, you know, they're weird. Nobody could approve of that. You know what I'm saying? And no, we can't make her go home to her kids. She doesn't need to without some type of intervention. But we don't need to support it. That's all I'm saying. No, we can't make her go home, but we don't support it neither. You know? And that's why, you know, I don't really watch. I click just to see, you know, because the title usually tell it, but, you know, okay, she's still doing weird stuff. I don't really watch the videos no more unless somebody is trying to tell her about herself, you know. But other than that, I'm just not interested in watching her do disgusting stuff, you know. The only time I kind of linger around is when somebody is telling her to get her stuff together. And I want to see if she done decided to go get help. You know. It's not, you know, go and get your kids. We passed that. She needs help. She's not getting those kids. You know what I'm saying? She can't just go get them. You know. So people that's supporting that, you know, and pretending to be supporters, you do got weird people out here that want to see that kind of stuff. You know. But I think a lot of them people that really don't like her. And they sending that money so she can buy more drugs and more alcohol and just drop dead on camera. You know, but they masquerade as supporters. You get what I'm saying? But, you know, because that's how you get close to her and get her to trust you. Money. She's crazy about money. All she talk about is money. You know. And I think one of the kids passed away or something. And she was laid up in the hotel with another female. Cause everybody died when she's clearly one. And people support this with money. You know, do what you want. It's your money. Do what you want. But know this, God don't like that. God don't like you doing that. Okay? So when you sit back and say, it ain't me. I ain't leave my kid. It ain't me. That's okay. God still don't like you giving her money. Because he's upset with her. So when God is upset with somebody, you stay clear of them. Because you don't want that wrath. So don't think because it ain't you and you got your kids and you just watching. No, don't support that. You don't support that. And it's not, she got tired and overwhelmed. The disgusting behavior, the not sharing with the kids, the not reaching out to the kids, all of that plays a part in it. So just don't think you safe because you just sending. And you doing it anonymously. God know who you is. He know who you is. And he gonna deal with you too for supporting that. And even if you faking and you really not a supporter, you just pretending to be so that you can give her the money so she can get more stuff and kill herself, you wrong for that too. Just know that. You can't do God's job for him. That's his job. You can't do it for him. You know what I'm saying? So, we human. A lot of people say don't judge. The Bible say don't judge. The human side of us is just, we can't help. We're going to have opinions about things. And we're not going to always like things. Just, I think the idea is to not act on it. You can apologize to God for, I really don't like this lady. You know what I'm saying? Like, she's disgusting, but, you don't go and kill her or nothing, You have to wait on God to do his thing. So all of them that's supporting that nasty, disgusting lady that left them kids, and when the one died, that little baby, she was laying up in that hotel and was scared to leave, because if she come back, her female lover was going to be gone. She was scared that lover was going to be gone. Yep. Couldn't go hold the baby while the baby was passing because didn't want to come back and that lover was gone. All of those who sending, even if you're sending to see her demise, yeah, you're not, that's it's understandable. We don't like the things that she do and we don't like the decisions she's made. But we can't punish her. We can't take that into our own hands. Okay? We got to let God do that. So if you're sending, stop sending her anything. God gonna deal with her. And he gonna deal with y'all too. The ones who do like her and the ones who don't. I mean, who do support her and the ones who don't. And I guess that's it. I didn't know this video was gonna be this long. All right, y'all. This is Ever Be Spooky Girl. And I'm out.